Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. A little bit of a special treat for you here. We have our next line matchup coming up on main stage. However, this game is a pool play game that's been played off stream, which we brought to you. We've got MFH up against Panda, and we're all ready into the second map. We're on Harbour, and jumping on board straight away. We're actually, again, a Gamel to GPC 104. We'll try and get this tag switch for you. But Toby, break it down just for me at the moment. Attack. This is very, very tied, both D and E in the hands here of that COG squad. Panda. Yeah, big team fight actually going on. And there we go. Shock, Drix, all putting kills on the board. 5 members down. And can they apply the pressure quick enough to F? We see 1 member off respawn. It is FlameX. But can they get there in time? It's only 1 man. It's going to be a 4v1 essentially. But he's done really well, actually. Fair play. He's got a kill, but has he not bought enough time? I don't think so. Maybe. Well, with 5 seconds coming in, they're looking to triple cap. It's all about depth. They need to jump in now, and it's not going to be enough. They're going to take the round, and that is number 6 here. And just look at that scoreboard. The first 2 went to Panda, but 4 back-to-back from MFH. They were looking strong. They switched the sides, but ever since there, Panda has dominated now, and they could be pushing it to a final map right here, right now. And we have to preface this a little bit, right? MFH is not an org, I don't believe it is Fatal Strike's team. They've come from the open bracket to go against Panda, who played amazingly well yesterday. And guess what? MFH are 1-0 up in map count, and now Panda looking to return. And just to kind of point out the importance of this game in particular, Toby, we talked about the brackets before. The brackets, the group at the moment stands 1 win, 1 loss each. MFH have come into this pool play, and, you know, they can cause a real upset. So even winning the first map causes a bit of a worry for Panda here. Yeah, certainly. It's huge, right? This group has been question marks all round, but then teams going on and off all the time. I'm really happy for MFH, in fact, to be playing so well at this point in time. Such a passionate squad. Fatal Strike has been trying so hard to get a good squad together. And right now, judging from the score and also their performance in the open, seems to be working out for him. Okay, well, we've got incendiaries, shock grenades going down as well, but it's all going down at the stern. This E hill is where it's gone. D and F both gone to the home hills and the home teams, if you like. But look at the positioning from FlameX here. He's amongst the fire, but just hiding away. Lancerfire going down. Not going to be able to put anyone to bed just yet, but the health has been decreased. They're going to jump onto E. But lo and behold, they're actually losing D as well. Both home hills now in control of Panda. Yeah, but FlameX has got that Ember, and they have got map control. We discussed this so much in the previous map. Oh, it's previous match, excuse me. It's so important. I'm wondering if FlameX can now utilize the Ember perhaps better than the Latin Americans in the previous one. Okay, we'll have to wait and see for that. One is just hiding around the corner. He knows if he pops out, he's in trouble. Here come the incendiaries. Drix jumping on, putting them on the back foot now. But he's just keeping control of that home hill. You see the time ticking. They're extending their lead. They're comfortable in doing so. And bear in mind, if they win this round, they push this to a 3rd map. Oh, great little spin shot back there up A. Doesn't find the kill, though, but maybe that is a bit of damage to provide access to that team fight, but it's not going to be able to happen for him. FlameX actually shuts him down, trying to get around that corner. Nicely done indeed. And 3 members down for Panda right now. Can MFH take advantage? MFH, they could definitely bite their way back into this. They won 4 rounds on the back, but yet to score on this second side. Ember coming in from FlameX, so close there as Drix does fall. This is big. They're taking control of D. We've got map control coming in. We've talked about how influential this is on Harbour. Controlling the winch, controlling the stern, close quarters, put that Ember away, get that shotty out, not quick enough there as Shox punishes FlameX. You know, for me, I was about to praise FlameX on his positioning, trying to hold down that E-hill on his own, allow his team to fly around, but honestly, I would have liked him to back off at that point. His teammates were nearby. Surely Fatal Strike and Co would have communicated that, and maybe he should have slowed down a little bit, because the COG team were just coming straight for him. Protect that power weapon at all costs. Well, Fatal Strike, sorry, on your screen here. He backs off wisely, doesn't want to get into that gunfight alone. And of course, just a quick update or a quick reminder, because we're bringing this off-stream game to you, the overlay's on it, but we will guide you through exactly what you're seeing here. The scoreline sits currently at 6-4 for the COG squad that is Panda. Of course, a Swarm MFH. This could be all but done here. The time is ticking. This reaches 2:10, and we're seeing map 3, Toby. You know, this might not be on main stage, but it is just as hype. It's crazy that Panda are actually losing to MFH here. Maybe the strongest team so far in this group. But here comes the action already. However, they're trying to push things back. They know they need the domination. FlameX are pushing for it. They've got the kills. They've got the time. They can push this. And even when they were 10 points away from losing, they get the first round on the board and push it 6-5. Are we going to see a round 13? Are we going to see a real big upset?
This is high pressure at this point. Panda, they need 1 round just to get to the next map. But MFH, just 2 rounds needed. That's not a huge
They were like
scoreline
7-8
benefit.
seconds from winning that.
Exactly.
Absolutely insane to kind of come up with this. Just a pan out of what we're seeing here. Toby, break down this kind of weapon picks all across the board.
I mean, M-Bar up top, you know, that's going to make map control a little bit more important. Incendiaries down bottom, though. We talked about it in Foundation, the last map. You can run with them. You can really get those instant kills and apply the pressure at the away hill as well. And with both teams having them there, it makes a big impact.
And we've just seen as well the frag, the incendiaries. You're going to see shocks as well coming into play. This is a big, big round. I want to see a round 13. I'm hyped for this one. Let's get into it. Panda versus MFH on Harbour. Map number 2 here, as we do see the action panning out. I believe we are having maybe a quick listen in here to the boys, but of course, with the language barrier, we're going to keep on going. E-Hill, though, is all that matters to these squads right now.
And it's not so much the language barrier. I'm not sure if the listening is coming through, guys, so please do apologize. We do apologize if it is. But we'll wait and see how this team fight goes down.
Okay, with Flamex, he does fall. He's going to be taken down. Now from GPC 03 here. Drix finds himself in a bit of a tricky situation here. Teammates have gone. E and F ball in the hands now for the boys of MFH. They're really wanting to push this to around 13. If they win 3 on the back, just to kind of push these out, this will be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, here comes the Ember on the winch, trying to get the angle, but he does need to get an angle very quickly indeed. We talked about it last time on this map. If you can't get in the necessary shots, you need to just put your shot, get your shotgun out and get up close and personal. Seems to be doing that right now.
Yeah, absolutely nothing to do with the language barrier. I think we're just getting an insight of what we are seeing in the open bracket. For you guys at home, this is what it looks like when you're fighting through in the open bracket states. That's where you would be. This is what MFH have done. They're now playing in pool play. It was off stream. We brought it to you last minute, but this game is so close. 4 points in it as we speak now. The lead change is coming in here. Shock bouncing, backing off, regaining a little bit of health as his teammates back him up as well.
And it is a wonderful picture-in-picture right on your screen, bottom right. That is Fatal Strike closest to the camera. And that is that team playing so coordinated right now, so calculated. You can feel the tension just reading their faces. But it is going to be Panda Global right now, Momo, that get control of E. Things slow down just a little bit. But MFH, don't count them out. They have the Ember.
I think they're happy with this as well. You know, Panda are happy with this 2-hill lead. They can just kind of bide their time, and they're forcing basically the aggression. They're forcing the fact that MFH have to come at them, maybe go for a triple if this continues maybe for another minute or so. But the M-Bar is in play. 1 bullet left in the chamber. See what he can do with this one as they do push on to D. The E-Hill is going back in favor of Panda now, but D, in fact, is going to swap hands.
And here it is, Momo. The score is building. It could be anyone's round at this point. MFH, they've rotated well. They got incendiaries. They did use the M-Bar there too to provide access to D, keeping up that pressure. Have run out of ammo though, and here comes frag grenades being thrown into the mix.
Now is the gunfights going down. These are an important one. Drix is going to level it out. He's actually going to level things in just by crawling around in that hill. But this is big. They're going to take D back. The score is so close, but we're creeping up to that 210 mark. It's going to be a battle. This is going down to the wire, but F's actually been broken. This is great news here for Panda. If they can just hold on to this for a couple more seconds, they can close this one right now.
And force a triple cap indeed. It is coming through. 206, 207. Panda will still hold on, and they'll win this one, Momo.
There you go, and a perfect picture-in-picture because we get to see exactly what goes down between these players. Hand gestures exchange there over the desk, and you know what? It just makes map 3 even more exciting.
Indeed, that was nail-biting. You actually see, look at that, Panda Global getting aggressive, standing up verbally, and body language as well. Oh, it's great to see, isn't it?
Maybe he's just congratulating. You know, you had a good game there, buddy. Well played.
Yeah, well played, MFH. We just came a little bit too short in the end.
Yeah, maybe not what he's saying. I'd love to hear what he was saying.
He's still going in.
Do you know what? I'm going to go back to the point that I made. I've never seen anything like this in esports. I absolutely love it. I absolutely am for it. As long as you know, it's not too much, but I just like the mental game, the mind games that these guys are playing. They're pointing and saying, you know, this is what I did to you. This is what you can't handle us, or whatever it may be. But map 3. I'm excited, Toby.
I'm excited. I mean, just looking at this still, there's no doubt Panda Global just trying to get in the heads of MFH. They were putting up a very good performance on that map, but Panda, don't get too ahead of yourselves. I have to say it. They lost the first map to MFH.
Even his teammates like, come on now, sit down. Come on, you've done enough. You've said enough. You've said your word. We need to back it up.
Yep. And
Talks and he talks and he talks,
well.
but will he back it up? That's the question.
I think it looks like it's going to be Foundation, just judging from those screens. But we'll get confirmation for you very soon, guys. And just if you are joining us, if you are wondering what is on screen for you now, this is the open bracket area, but do not falter. This is a pool play match. MFH have just come through the open bracket, playing against Panda Global.
Panda Global. MFH, two teams which, honestly, they're in a group which is so mind-boggling. Like, it's hard for me to kind of get over what's happened. And whilst we have the time, I suppose it's good to kind of go through that. But, you know, yesterday we had 3 teams in this group. They went head-to-head. Each of them picked up a W, a win. Each of them picked up a loss. So they sit, you know, equally at 1 win, 1 loss. Then MFH get thrown into the mix. And they're also even. Dropping a map to MFH is so crucial. So MFH taking map 1 is so big anyway. And even if Panda, you know, do come back from this and win 2-1, they could still suffer the consequence if MFH don't turn up against the other teams.
I know this group is
it's
a mind boggle, right?
Yeah.
Even for us casters who have just studied these groups, it's just like, how is it going to turn out? Every map is crucial at this point for these teams, and I'm actually just so happy, not biased, but happy that maybe MFH have performed this well in this match so far. It really does throw a spanner in the mix to how this group could turn out.
It's great to see any team come out of the open bracket and do damage in a pool play.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, oh, you've done well, you're out of open bracket, welcome to pool play, see you later, we're just going to beat you. That's sometimes how it goes, but these are like, no, we fought through open bracket, we're fighting through pool play, we're going all the way. And we're going to a map 3. This is, I think you said, maybe unreclaimed. We'll try and get that confirmed for you as soon as possible. But admittedly, this was something that, you know, we went for a break. Toby were like talking to the guys, and they were saying there is an awesome game going on in the open bracket section. Can we jump on board with it? We were like, of course. Let's get into it.
Right there, as well as the camera pans, we see Sleepy Time's new team going against Allegiance. I believe that is a pool play match. Do not quote me, but you can see, Momo, straight away, the quality of the matches, the caliber of matches in this open bracket area is huge, and even Optic Gaming to the left of us now too.
Yeah, these are all prolific, professional players. Of course, Gears of War. There are the Green Wall standing strong. And you know what? We've talked about them so much. I am excited to, and I'm kind of, you know, jump into conclusions, but I think it's a safe one to see that Championship Sunday team and how they perform, how they step it up. And, you know, many teams have won, you know, back-to-back events, but not that many teams out there across esports, you know, have won back-to-back events. And where does it end, you know, for these guys? They'll be like, you know, it doesn't.
And just some history for you as well, Momo, and any new viewers who weren't interested or when watching Gears Esports before Gears 4. Optic Gaming were dominant then.
Yeah.
Envious won 1 championship, Pro League season, but that was it. It was Optic. It was all Optic before then, even before they got the Optic org. Very similar roster. Some changes, but not much. It's just the core players that are really just cementing themselves in Gears Esports history now. And yeah, the question continues, right, Momo? Even for an individual new to Gears Esports like yourself, is when will Optic lose?
I'm going to say, and it probably will upset a few Gears fans, it has to happen.
Yeah.
You know, no team is, you know, undefeated, you know, indestructible. They have to lose at some point. When it happens, is it a mistake? Does it slip up? It doesn't matter. But what they're creating, and what I love, is Optic Gaming are creating like an era. You know, they're creating something like a dynasty. They're creating something which is like never been done before, if you like. You know, they're saying Gears of War 4 will win Tournament 1, we'll win the second, who knows, we'll push on, we'll keep going. Nothing's taking it away from us. And that's what I love in the interviews as well from all of them, is they're so confident, even when they're faced with the likes of United or Envious, they're so confident in their own ability.
And overall as well, like average age is quite low for Optic compared to most of these teams. They're certainly not going to be maybe aging with the reaction times and that kind of human genetic stuff, but we don't need to go into that, do we? Because it just seems like Optic Gaming, they are flawless at this point. We will be referring to it as casters in the future as like an Optic era or dynasty. When will it end? We talk about Insanes from former Gears of War games as well. And I'm just wondering myself, when will the stage be set for a huge upset in the form of Optic Gaming?
That's the funny thing, is the longer it goes on, the bigger the upset it's going to be. And you know, I'm talking from an esports point of view, is there's been those dynasties, those eras, and we talk about it across, you know, they'll team for 12, 18 months, 24 months, 3 years, however long it is, you know, you can go undefeated for so long, but when it happens, that is when all hell breaks loose and they look at each other and go, we're not used to this, like we just lost, what happened? But you know what? It's not for us to decide, and it's definitely not something I want to happen. You know, I'm a massive, you know, almost fan of the Green Wall. You know, what they bring to esports is uncontested. Yep. You know, they've got the likes of Hex, who is so influential across the board of all esports, and what he does, what he brings, is fantastic. And, you know, for young players, 18 years old and above sometimes, the gift that they're given, the opportunity that they're given, even myself as a caster, the opportunities we get is just crazy. And fair play to every single person here, whether a player, a coach, a manager. They're doing absolute work.
Indeed. Optic Gaming's presence right now in esports is huge. YouTube, you know, they are unrivaled in the YouTube scene, shall we call it. But if you are wondering, guys, what is going on right now, I believe we're just waiting for that last map to start up. It seems like it's Foundation. That map still seems to be locked in. I'm not sure if there's any technical issues there right there. And we actually got Panda Global on our screen right now as well. Seem quite calm and collected and ready to go.
I was going to say, at least they've all calmed down a little bit now.
I think the post-game trash talk has ended, and now he gets serious. Now he gets the concentration.
Cool thing as well, maybe they're getting their actual tags. That'd be brilliant. Obviously, I know some of them weren't loaded up, but talking about, you know, what they can change in the loadouts is all about these skins. You know, we see, you know, representing their organizations, Optic or whatever it may be, but also, you know, you can get, you know, the Mexican flags all printed on. You know, real kind of a way to support what you're passionate about. And whether it's your country, your team, whatever it is, it's great to see that, and I'm a massive fan.
And that's why they're called Gears Esports supporter packs, where you get these items from, right? You said it, you referred to it earlier in the queue that we had. All these Latin American fans, they're rocking Gears of War franchise.
Yeah,
it's not just Latin American jerseys, Latin American team.
The love of the game.
It's just the pure love of the game, and you can see that with players, even pro teams that have their own weapon skins. Oftentimes, they just show respect to other teams in competitions by just using their own weapon skins themselves.
Okay, high fives, they're going out. I expect this to be the start of the game very shortly. And this is where...
This is it, my friend.
This is where I think sometimes, and it's so cliche to say like the good from the great or whatever, but it's when you're down 1-0, like Panda, they were down 1-0, they fight back, they don't roll over, they don't give up, they don't start crying about it. You know, they go back and forth, and they're trying to take 2 maps back to back here. And we're loading up. It is gonna be Foundation.
And in that regard as well, let's talk about experience, let's talk about pressure and composure. Panda Global, I'd probably give it to them. They've got Noxious Hero, they've got Drix, they've got Strangulate, they've got Nasty. These are names that go all the way back towards Gears 3 area. Even Nasty, Strangulate, these players, they've been dominant in that side of the game. I would have to give it to them if we were discussing composure. But MFH, they have that surprise factor, right? They won the first map. Trash Talk will be back and for, no doubt about that. Let's get this one underway.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going into this. Panda versus MFH. Open bracket team made it into pool play. Can they cause an upset? It's map 3. It's ending here. Let's look at this overhead and see what we're seeing. We're seeing a 2-split. In fact, no, we've seen something different here, actually, Toby.
Yeah, a little bit different. Seems like Shock wants to be the aggressor and place himself in this fans area. Actually set up hide behind right-hand advantage. We can see through the X-ray where these players are. He's just going to wait there, see if he can catch someone out. But it doesn't seem like the attention has changed to the B side.
Well, A&C, home field, standard stuff from then. Shock's going to get taken down. That's from FlameX here. And again, we see the contingency. Oh my goodness, 2, 3, and 4. I'm just going to label the numbers at the moment because I have no clue what's going on. It's too fast-paced. FlameX answers back with a quick double and a much-needed one, but the hills do go in the favor of these boys, and they're ready to push forward.
Here comes another big shotgun battle as well on the B hill. Things settle down for a second. But here comes the battle. Great reset from this player. And make no mistake, guys, we might be unfamiliar with the gamer tags because they're not set in stone. But Panda Global is on COG and MFH are on Swarm.
Yeah, so Panda controlling both home flags of A and C, but you do see FlameX from MFH here just locking down this B area, trying to fend them off. And you know what, he's in a lot of trouble here. He's taking damage and he vaults over. He's actually got one to... Ooh, that was close.
Well played, Anya. Don't know that name, but That is certainly a very smart play. Baited that mantle as you saw the teammate went down, baited the revive, didn't go for it, waited for the mantle and dispatched him very well indeed.
Clever play, as we do see an exchange, a rotation that you touched on, Toby, about how important this is. The rotation goes back and actually favors the COG squad of Panda right now.
Well, if you are just joining us, picture-in-picture, guys, the right-hand screen is the important, well, not the important one, but it's kind of just showing the instance of the open bracket area, but it is a pool play matchup. Let's see how this one does unfold. I'm actually going to stick on board when we flick to Bear Tier on the side of Panda Global. They're just about, I was going to say, getting into a double cap scenario. They're definitely getting the kills advantage here, but I'm questioning right now whether that will go ahead.
Okay, well, we've got a lot of action going down right now. But I love this picture-in-picture. We get to see it live in action. We get to see the player's point of view. We get to see the actual gameplay. Shock on your screen, though. Dipping, weaving, pushing forward, and actually doing some damage here.
And he's one of these fast players, right? He loves to get up close and personal with his enemy. He's fairly new, I want to say. I haven't seen much about him on Gears 3. He's definitely one of these newer players, but immediately he's inserting himself into these more veteran teams with Panda, as we mentioned, listing through the names like Noxious, Strangulate, and Nasty. Really setting himself up with these veteran teams and proving that he's definitely a player to look out for.
Yeah, time is ticking, though. The COG squad looking good to finish this one out. And you know what? It's time, all of the essence. First to 2-10. And you know what? I think they're going to end it right here, Toby.
Seems like it. We're still on board with Shock. He's done his job, that's for certain. 205, 207, and that is going to be a Panda round. Well played indeed from the COG side.
Yep, 1-0, first round over and out. Takes 3 minutes to put it on the board, but they start strong, and you know what they say, you talk. They're backing it up right now here, going into this third map. Starting strong. And you know what? It started like this. Just to touch on the second map, which we saw, they started strong at 2, then lost 4 back-to-back. They flipped and they dominated. But weapon placement, what is going down here, Toby?
Well, they're looking about the talk well, but that is going to change. Of course, it's MFH's turn to put one down. And they are going to opt for welding and fountains. We talked about it earlier, second half. It's that's definitely the one you have to look out for in those weapon placements in that area. But no, they're just going to play a little bit safer. No weapons placed at the spawns. 12-second respawn. Let's see how this next one gets underway.
Standard stuff so far. Let's roll out as the squad goes at it. And we saw a little bit of a difference here. We saw kind of the importance of mid-map control, and I think we're going to see that the same again here. We've got 03 firing down, doubling up with his teammate, and Shock actually is the one to make that first blood. Flame goes down, and you know what? 2, 3 go down. Actually, this is a very, very strong start, and they're not looking to end it here. They're pushing for this triple cap, I think.
They're formulating a push, Momo, but will this result in a triple cap? I mean, the Swarm member has got one back, but the A-hill is being broken. There is 2 members down. Here comes FlameX, the head of the spear, and he will break it, in fact. Not find a kill, he will only fall himself. 4 seconds, the setup is here, Momo. Panda get Global yet again, get another round, and look at the bomb right.
Yeah, this is it's good. I mean, admittedly, the picture-in-picture sometimes makes it a little bit small, but I've got to say, I love the actual reactions from some of these players. I'm not sure of the individual on the closest one to us, but great stuff so far from Panda. Very vocal, very passionate, and they are here to dominate. Are we going to see the same, though, in round number 3?
Well, MFH and FlameX is the one selecting the weapon again. Went very passive as you can honestly get in terms of weapon placement. Are they going to change their tune now? Definitely 2 convincing rounds from Panda Global. Actually, they're going to opt for the long shot, placing it at a statue, trying to stretch that map out a little bit. Of course, it's the opposite end of the map towards that B side. Let's see if they can actually set that up. Maybe set that up on top tables. See what we saw Sleeper in that previous game do very, very well, and provide a bit of map control, a bit of presence now for the MFH side.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the snapper. I want to see what they can do, and you raised some really, really good points there, Toby. I'd not like to be the one wielding that. I've tried my hands out, not very good. But FlameX is the player to pick it up. We jump straight on board with him. Doesn't pick it off with the first one, but very much gone for a weapon. Whoa. My goodness.
How close was that? How close was that? I thought he was going to take out his teammate there. That was crazy. Almost finds the second head there, but clear to me, clear as day, Momo, that they went for that strat. They placed the weapon down, they acted upon it, gave away B at the start, but now they need to translate that into points.
Yeah, they really do, and you could see in there, Flame trying to just like almost let his shot, waiting for the running of 03. He picks his team up, finishes the second, and almost a double whammy there. But we have answers back here. Jamie, I believe, picking up a double himself now, and he's actually going to be swapped over if they continue this dominance. You see, Jamley pushing forward, getting this tabletop control.
Uh-oh. Shock on the flank. No one spotted him. Oh, the point blank doesn't work out. He does finalize that kill, though. Flamex in front of him with the sniper. Who knows how much ammo he has left. But he will stay alive just about. Shock being that sneaky beaver.
He does indeed. It was clever, and no one saw him. You're absolutely spot on there. In fact, I didn't see him coming behind for the majority of that. But A is now in the battle. No, he's backing off, actually. He's teaming up. He's probably had a call. The communication is strong that we've got one on the flank. Flamex still rocking this sniper, though.
I think the main thing, right, the difference between the sniper and that top boy in the previous match at this location, it might not be as influential. You can be a bit, a bit more flexible. The cog side, they're not trapped as heavily, but you definitely have that surprise factor, right? If you have a good sniper, Flamex seems to be that at this point with the amount of headshots he's getting, it can be even more effective and have that surprise factor as such during these crucial scenarios.
Well, crucial scenarios going down here. A looks like it's tried to be taken over. It's not successful as we have a player here trying to take control of the tree. They will neutralize it, trying to go for something big here. And they're going to have grenades coming in at them, but it's not going to change anything. I think he ran out just a bit too soon there. But he does capture C.
Yeah, I think he was just prioritizing dodging that smoke grenade, and wonder if that did favor him at the end. Drix hopping on board with him. It is now Panda that collect that new sniper rifle. Actually go to towards capturing B as well. They have a big score lead. This is just all working out for Panda here.
It really, really is, and the score isn't changing. I think the only way we're seeing a victory here is a triple cap, and I'll be completely honest, pretty brutal to be honest. I don't see it happening. They're absolutely dominated. Drix doing some awesome work here down at B. Good night to a couple there. Shock finding a nice double. And they came in there and they basically forced them to be overly aggressive. If you force a team to be overly aggressive, you sit back and you almost laugh and you just think, oh, we've made you do this and you have no other option. We're just going to take advantage of you. Great play from the likes of Drix and Shock there.
It's just a sign of teamwork, right? Not only did they set up for that sniper rifle respawn, timed that so well, they also kept in the lead to score and set themselves up for that conclusion at that B battle. But also, Momo, another sign of experience is not turtling up on your spawn hill, the one you currently have, but also overextending just a little bit, capturing B just to force the enemy team to split up and not force a 5v5 team fight, which might be a bit more equal.
Well, they're 3-0 down. There's no point crying over spilt milk. They're going to have to get back into this one. And they're going to have to do it now because I feel this could be a very much a snowball effect. This goes 4-5. I rule them out straight away, but I always root for an underdog. I want to see a close game. Let's get into it.
And right now, MFH have gone for the frag grenades at the Pistons. There's no spawn weapons behind them. The crowd actually erupting, I believe, as the team starts setting up. But here we go. Atomic on board with him, watching through the middle. And we can see through the X-ray vision as well. There's a lot of activity where those frag grenades are being placed down.
Yeah, talking of Flame, actually, he's the one that's taken that sniper once again. Back-to-back rounds here. Will he be able to utilize it, though, and put a few rounds on the board? At the end of the day, you can pick all the power weapons up, but if you're not converting, it's not important. B and C are the ones that are going either way, but C is the main one here. You see 3 on the flank here, but no. 2 hills back-to-back now, or in contention of MFH. Good stuff.
And in case you didn't notice, Flamex picked up the sniper, already got a headshot, making use of that. Clearly, MFH are picking the right man to get that weapon, but is it enough? Triple cap on our screen. Atomic, the closest man to this one. He is going to break it, and there is Fatal Strike behind him, but no. 0-3 says no, and he is going to shut them down. Triple cap, building and building. The numbers just keep falling, wavering for MFH. That will be Panda Global 4-0 up, Momo. Not looking good for the opposing team.
Not looking good at all. They started strong on map 1. They took it as a bit of a surprise. Panda, they bit back in map number 2 there, and now they're looking to clean this one out. We're seeing form of what we saw yesterday with Panda. Panda were absolutely awesome yesterday. Will they finish strong? We're 4-0 up. It's a tough one, and I want to ask you a question, but I don't really know if you'll know the answer is, how do they change this? They're 4-0 down. They have aggressive play coming at them. They've got people standing up and trash talking them. What do you do?
Well, right now, Panda, they're winning convincingly in the score. The triple cap scenarios are way favored in their side. Maybe just focusing, staying on the live, throwing in sentries in the middle can change things up a little, spread resources from both sides and position the opening strats. I mean, Flamex has been doing work with a sniper. He's been popping heads, maybe even slow it down to the point where just abuse that sniper and not risk any lives.
Okay, well, good analysis from yourself, Toby, always getting a good insight into the game, but straight away, we see that B hill. You know, it shouldn't be like that. They've just absolutely swarmed in there. picked up the kills, picked up the hill, and once again, the COG squad that is Panda looking strong.
Oh, FlameX trapped by Incendiary. He's going to have to find an escape route at least and stay alive. Wait for his teammate to help from that top table area. Oh, Shock just gets up with the Incendiary in his hands. Isn't going to connect, though, and a big shot from Shock, but FlameX isn't done.
Yeah, FlameX just having a bit of a run around here. He takes one down in the time, but he doesn't manage to capitalize on it again. The COG squad that is Panda is looking to dominate. They're standing still. They're looking confident. Can they secure it right here? No, C's broken, but it's not done for much longer. Look at it. Look at the players. Look at the passion. Look at how intense this is getting. Toby, it's 5-0 for goodness sake.
Oh my, that man in the middle who got up before the round even finished is nasty. He's one of the most vocal players in the scene, always has been since Gears 3, heralded as once as maybe the best player on the game back there, so you can see why he's maybe a bit more extroverted at times and really does trust in his own skill. Who wouldn't at 5-0 up, Momo?
I had this really, really bad feeling, you know, when they were all trash talking, they were like, you know, this is going to happen, you know, or whatever they were saying, I was like, don't be too confident, but now I see why. Maybe it's the map, maybe it's just the confidence. I don't know what it's breaking down to here and why this is unfolding the way it is. But we're going into round number 6, 20-second respawn delay. We've got another weapon drop, Toby.
Yeah, it was the Markser. It's maybe a bit more of a passive placement, you know. You have to give it at that point. Frag grenades in the middle. A team can go for the quick pickup, or perhaps the Markser can be maybe a bit more of a bait. We have to keep an eye on this overhead. It seems like 2 members of Panda are actually going to go down for those frag grenades, play the safer approach. FlameX is going to get the sniper, as per usual. But time is running out, Momo. Time is running out for MFH. Maybe they need to change something up drastically here.
I wanted to see some drastic change, but for me, they're placing weapons, which is like, we'll just try again. Whether something changes, we'll have to wait and see. But for now, it's a good start. They've got A and B, but not for much longer. A is under contention, but they managed to secure that. Keep on. Shot goes from the flank, picks up one. Close quarter combat there onto Jamleen. He's got the teammates to back him up. They're going to have both home hills.
And once again, Shock just being that nuisance in the back line for his team. Just putting in the necessary work to really keep MFH off in terms of organization, keep them in positions that they aren't going to be staying alive too long or keeping that double cap. We're actually on board with Fatal Strike. He's at that T area. He's got support using that Markser. Not going to connect with all the shots, but he's going to provide that necessary pressure to hold off for now.
Good to see a versatility player that can obviously pick up weapons, use any weapons, and put damage into absolutely anyone across the map. But you see Fatal Strike there, a very, very tough position. They've lost control of B. It may be swapping hands, but A, keep your eye on that top left because that is going back in control. They will regain one of the hills. It's difficult for them. This is not looking good if you're an MFH fan.
And even now, Panda Global, this member here, we don't know his game attack, but he's certainly looking for a kill if the opportunity presents itself. He's going to opt for, no, the respawns have come in, the time is gone, we're just going to hold off for now and regroup elsewhere.
Oh, we see, again, dominating performance. Shock finds one. Shock finds the second. The sniper's been picked up by Drix. This is all falling in their favor. The time is ticking as well. They've already got a 35-point lead, which is extending second by second here. Drix, give me something. Give me a sniper. I love it what he's putting out here. Sniper pulls out the pistol. Doesn't actually manage to get him down. Escaping with his life there, which surprises me.
And a very good push from MFH as well. They lost the numbers throughout the midline of the map. They have a sniper aiming at them, but they still prevent that capture. They still prevent that triple cap and stay alive long. But it's their time numbered alive. Here comes the pinch. Fatal Strike and FlameX does get the kills necessary to stay alive for now. But still, the Anya really causing havoc at this B hill.
I love that. You know, it didn't go for the double. They went for the one kill, popped in, popped out, secured it, stayed alive, but not for much longer. Oh wait, picks up that again. Game attack's not evident for them here, but frag grenades have been taken. But it's looking like the end here. Whether they've got 2 hills or not, they have to go for the triple cap. They're forcing them to do so.
Yep, indeed. The triple cap might be coming in as now the frag grenades are utilized here. COG members do hold off on B, 192. They only need 1 hill at this point, and Atomic has to get up close and personal. Fatal Strike does fall. It is a close one.
Yeah, it is very close. They break through. They need the triple cap. It could be now. Not. They're going to be denied. And again, this is all coming down to the wire, but it looks like they're breaking C. They need some type of a hill because their points are static here. They finally get control of C, but will they be able to close it out? 0-4 looking to do so, and with the double kill, they are going to do so in great fashion as long as they hold it off.
Yeah, that's finally 2 hills captured for the COG side. They will see this one out. and this is a convincing lead at this point. Wouldn't have predicted that. And as you can see, bottom right as well, Nasty and Strangulate just asking questions. Where are you? Where have you gone? The first map went to MFH, but certainly this is one-sided, this foundation.
I'm trying to lip read. I'm not going to lie.
Likewise, I won't lie to you, Momo. No, Strangulate now finally sitting down. They look serious as well. They mean business, Momo.
Yeah.
You cannot argue against that. They have hushed their mouths. They're ready to get back into the action. 6-0, folks. This could be the round that wins it for Panda in this matchup.
I just think it's too far gone. I really do. MFH, they started strong, but, you know, a 4-0 lead or a 3 or 4 maybe, but 6 is just, I feel, too much. The confidence they're playing with and the way they're starting here once again. They've got control of their home hill. They've taken that mid as well. It's all going down at the statue. Lancer Fire coming in, but it's not going to take him down.
Once again, Panda seems to be winning in the slaying department. I mean, well played to the Swarm team. Mercenaries for hire, holding off this E-hill, but the kill feed just continues to light up blue. We have reached the second half, but here comes a potential domination blinking on our screens. Can they make it happen?
They could make it happen. 3 seconds to go. This is for the victory. This is for the 7-0. Oh, he's broken. They stood up too soon. Sit back down, son. You've got a lot of work to do just yet. But no, they're confident. They keep composed. And just a little bit premature there, Toby.
Indeed, it was the second half, and as a result, the 10-second respawn has come in. It has reset. If that was maybe 2 seconds longer, we might have seen a triple cap there. It does show how important the second half is in terms of the consideration for the weapon changes, the hill changes, and also that respawn timer. A 6-0 Momo. Can they come back with a reverse sweep? Mercenaries for hire, if you can do that. I'll just fly I'll just throw my headset off. I think I've never seen a 6-0 comeback. Never in Gears Esports.
It was a question I was going to ask you because I certainly haven't. But for me, I mean, yes, they didn't get the triple cap, but you can see how they're keeping calm. They're still picking up the kills either side, and they're looking very dominant here. You can't blame them for the confidence that they had going into this because they're backing up exactly what they were saying.
Well, things have slowed down a little.
Oh, no.
Well. The first in-game teabag, and the crowd do react as a result. Shock is definitely not Strangulate or Nasty, the most vocal ones in the trash talk, but now he's taking it to in-game. They have a big score lead, Momo. They definitely have time to play with to do that.
They're looking for the triple cap. It wouldn't surprise me right here. You're seeing shooting bodies. There's only one player that can stop it. He tries to roll in. He's not going to do it. The 7-0 comes in, and the 2-1 scoreline. Look how confident they are, and you know what? They needed it. But a quick reminder, we're going back to this group. They dropped a map to MFH. They're feeling confident. They've absolutely swept them aside in map 3, but that is not the end of the story for these teams.
No, for sure. I think Mercenaries for hire, they have to hold their heads high. They went into that 1-0 before we got casting, and that is against Panda Global, who are arguably the better performing team in this group.
Yeah, they played awesome yesterday. They really, really did. How this group pans out, though, and who comes